What's doing? Welcome back. Another Land Cruiser. You've seen this Land Cruiser before. It's come back in for some more upgrades or some testing. Let's go and have a look. This is Tony's Cruiser that we did the G-Turbo upgrade on. Well, downgrade / upgrade. It's gone down to the 420 from the 500. And he's come back in for new clutch. Justin from Sunshine Coast Breaker Clutch has given us a clutch to try. I said I would put on my socials anyone who has a cruiser like the test. Tony put his hand up. So we're fitting it for free, Justin's supplying a clutch for free. So we just do a test and show you guys what these things are like. They're very competitive, if not better than other brands that we've been using. Pricing wise, a little bit better. And you can use a factory flywheel. You don't need to go to a billet one, but they do a billet upgrade as well. So I'll go get the box. We'll open up the clutch, have a look. Kieran's going to get the box out of it, and then we'll compare apples with apples. And we'll go for a drive afterwards, see how it feels, how it drives, what it does. Tony's going to put it for his paces because he drives out to mine site a lot. He has rear mount winch, which means he's going to get bogged and stuck a lot. Heaps of weight, as making heaps of power and torque. So we'll get it out, we'll compare it, and let's have a look. So I've just quickly ripped this all apart. It's a power drive clutch, so new flywheel to suit, new clutch plate, and a 1650 Newton meter pressure plate. It also comes with the new throw-up bearing, comes with the clutch lining tool for those who don't know how to line a clutch. And new bolts, spigot bearing, and some lube. So yeah, we'll get all this over to Kieran and he can get it in the car. And then we'll go for a drive and see what it's like. Apparently it's just like the other brands we've been using. Nothing against them. I was still happy to use them, no dramas. Just happen to help out Justin and see how these things go. Tony's happy to help out as well, see how it goes. And he does put these cars through their paces, so we'll see how we go. Get this in the car, I'll show you coming in, going out, all those things, and we'll go for a drive after. So it's up in the air, you can see there, Tony definitely tested the car out. He's exploded a wheel. So Kieran's under here now, rip the gearbox out, and we'll get the clutch out of there, and then we'll put a new one in. And so yeah, we'll go for a drive afterwards. This thing makes big power, heaps of torque, and Tony drives it, so it should be a good test unit for it. And then we'll let you know how they go. So he has the gearbox out. I'd say Tony's been doing some water crossings because there's some rust around. And get in the midget mode under here for, I don't know how you stand under this. Rusty boys. So yeah, so it's obviously been here a while. I'm pretty sure it's an MPC, but I don't know, but it's a heavy duty. So we'll get Kieran to get it out, we'll have a look, and we'll compare the two. Compare the pair. Get it out.
I will.
All right, so Kieran's got them out. We can see there's nothing wrong with this clutch, still heaps of material left. No hot spots, so yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So it's MPC, they run an awesome clutch. Definitely have never had any dramas with them. This thing's making huge torque, huge power. And no dramas there in the clutch at all. No heat spots. No. You falling over, mate? Yep. You falling for me?
Fuck off, you wish.
But yeah, so different design though in the pressure plate. So I might just get Kieran to pop that pressure plate over. So this is what I can see is the difference in the way of the pressure plate. So slightly bigger fingers, more of them. So how's that going to affect pedal? We'll find out. The MPC is generally a lot lighter than factory. So we'll get Kieran to put this on, but yeah, the MPC clutch is generally lighter than factory pedal, but clamping force is either 1300 or 1600 Newton meters. This thing's clamping load 1650 kilos. So from what I was talking to Justin yesterday, it's a 1300 Newton meter kit. This thing will be fine for this car, but yeah, everything else looks good. Clutch looks really good. All our bits and pieces ready to go. We get a new flywheel. You want to flip that one over for me as well? But we don't need to. We can run the factory flywheel, but we're just running a new flywheel combo for this new setup, so it's all brand new, ready to go. Tony's keeping this, and we're probably going to put this in one of his other cars. So we'll box it up and put that in his car. You can put parts together.
I shall.
So new clutch is on, and all Loctited. New throw-up bearing is in there. And gearbox going back in. So then we'll get it all in, and then we'll go for a drive and see how she performs. I said the main thing, I'd be interested to see how it feels. I'm sure it'll take the torque. That's not going to be a problem with this clutch pedal. You don't want to have a leg the size of a rugby league player on your left side and a normal on the other side. Try and push the clutches in like we did in the old days with the Safari. Do you ever have a Safari Tough clutch? You've already known the four drives.
I'm not that old, mate. No, I'm not that old.
The old Safari Tough clutches over my Hilux, yeah. you'd have to stand there with 2 legs to try and change gears, but definitely held. Tech's come a long way, so hopefully we'll go for a drive and see how this thing performs. All right, Land Cruiser's all done. It's here running, idling away now. It's all in and ready to go. Clutch pedal's there. Let's go for a drive, see what it's like. I've just pressed it in and out here, but we'll go down the road and have a feel what it feels like. All right, we're in. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the car. It's Jessica Carr that's driving the car. So what we're doing here is I've driven heaps of these cars with MPC clutches for long distances, short distances in and out of the workshop, and you know, obviously being on the dyno, you get to sort of drive these things a lot. Jess has replaced 1 or 2. I think you've done a couple of MPC clutches.
Yes, I think so.
And you've driven obviously an old FJ with it, HJ75. HJ75, which you need legs like truckers to change the gears. So this one should be a little bit nicer. So current feel moving around.
Yeah, it's nice and light compared to my old Cruiser.
Yeah.
But I feel like it feels a little bit heavier than like the original clutch.
Like a stock clutch, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. I have heard people like, when I say feedback, I mean like pedal feel. They like feedback in the clutch, so they don't have just a light pedal with nothing happening. I don't say that MPC has that, but MPC has a really, really light clutch. It feels really, really good. You wouldn't have to be too concerned with driving the thing in city traffic because it's nice and easy to drive. You could literally, sit in the thing all day and pump that leg away all day. Whereas this is that little bit heavier than MPC, a little bit heavier than stock, but I wouldn't say, so far I'd said just me in the workshop driving it, we unbearable. All right, so I've just left the shop.
It's nice and smooth.
How's engagement feel and all sorts of stuff?
Yeah, it feels good. It's like mid, like in the middle, not like the pop at the top,
Yeah.
which I fucking hate. Yeah, it feels nice. You know how to drive. I like it. Feels good.
So I'll go for a drive after Jess and I'll have a feel, give you my feedback on it. So far, from what I felt in the workshop, feels really good. I said this that little bit heavier, but again, like you'd have to hop in and feel to sort of understand what I'm saying. It's, I don't know, weight you're pressing on maybe half a kilo heavier or something. Like it's not that much heavier, slightly heavier than stock to give you that bit of a feedback of having a heavy duty clutch, but not like the Safari Tough clutches from back in the 90s and early 2000s. I used to have my Hilux where your left leg was on fire if you're in traffic, you hated life. This thing's definitely bearable. I would definitely put one in my car, no dramas, but Jess is going to park up here now, so I'll go for a drive and I'll have a feel. All right, so I was taking it from work, and as Jess said, it pops up about halfway through the floor, or halfway off the floor. It's definitely slightly heavier than the stock one, definitely slightly heavier than MPC, but I'll go into traffic up here and sort of try and give you a live action of what it feels like to have a heavier clutch in traffic. But I'm just driving quickly around the block here now. It definitely feels fine. I'd definitely put one in, no problems at all. I'd recommend these to customers. Justin's hooked us up with a free one to test in Tony's car, and Tony's looked after us by letting us borrow his car. And this is proper bumper to bumper. So we'll sit here for a couple of seconds. But yeah, it feels good. Like you can sit here with your leg. Like I'm first gear, clutch in, rolling along. Not even on the speedo, and you can sit here all day with this. There's no problems at all. So if you're into forward driving, or if you're in city driving, you're driving traffic, you're not going to get that leg pump where your leg's shaking trying to hold the clutch in. But just that little bit heavier than stock, which we could sort of try and put it onto the screen how much force we have to press. There's probably a tool out there that I haven't got, one for the budget and two for the time of this video, but you could definitely test it, I'm sure. But is it worth testing? I'd probably say not, as it's very negligible. Anyone could drive this. If your wife wants to drive it, you want to drive it. I'm going to do a bypass run around here. Whoever wants to drive it could definitely drive it, no dramas at all. If your kids are learning to drive, it's not like you're trying to get them into a brass button clutch, or you're in a truck, like a truck style clutch where you have to have a football player's leg to try and change the gears, but it's still got that awesome clamping force of 1300 newton meters. 1650 kilos of pressure it'll take. But yeah, it feels good. I was talking to Justin about, he says the diaphragm's a little bit smaller than the MPC one, so that's where that heavy pedal comes in from, you know, because they run a bigger diaphragm. But you know, in his professional opinion, a lot of the, you know, drift cars and high performance cars, they run that smaller diaphragm. So it's just another option, I guess. As I said, even down changing, it feels nice, it bites in really well. It gives you that, I know I've said feedback a few times, it gives you that feedback, like my drift car, where you've got some force on your pedal letting out. So down changing is really cool. So if you're when you're down changing into a corner, you can actually feel the clutch engaging, and not just a light pedal popping out and where the gear is. It feels really good, I like it. That's my feedback on the downshifting side of things. But yeah, upshifting is the same. You just, yeah, let it out, let it do its thing. And like I said, I'm stuck in traffic again here behind a truck. It feels good. You can sit here and no dramas, you put in the clutch and hold it. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think I'll put these things on my website and give people an option. I'm going to learn how to drive. Yeah, give people an option on what they want to fit. I'll still supply and fit the MPCs. They're an awesome clutch. I've got an MPC in 2 of my car, my drift car and my Bluebird. They're awesome clutches. The guys there are switched on, so nothing against MPC. I'm not flaming them. Still back their product, still use their product. This is just another option. I know there's people out there that like, you know, the idea of a clutch pedal with feel, and there's people out there that want as light as possible. So this gives you an option. It's another clutch on the market that will do the job that it needs to do, and I think it'll be a good thing. Yeah, we'll get Tony to test it. I'll get feedback off him in a couple of weeks. He's fly in, fly out, and he drives this thing fully loaded and gives it a hard time. That's why we've tuned and done all the gear on it for him, and he's going to give us a good test and he'll give me a good review. So stay tuned for that. I'll touch back in a couple of weeks with that one. But just locally testing here now, yeah, it definitely feels really nice to drive. Like I said, that down change is cool. Once you learn the heavier pedal compared to the MPC or the standard Land Cruiser, it's nice and easy to drive. So you drive 45 different cars a day at work, so you sort of get used to different clutch pedals and how they feel. So hopefully we can get some more of these out in the market. You guys can give them a test, give some feedback as well. Massive thank you to Tony, obviously, for letting me have his car and giving it a test for us and give us some feedback. Also massive thank you to Justin for giving us the test. You know, it's the company supplied this for free of charge, and we've supplied our time free of charge to give these things a test and give some real world, you know, answers, and not just say, hey, this is what it does. You know, I'm just being honest with you. I like the down change. The pedal is a little bit heavier, but if that's what you're after, it'll be a perfect fit and it'll take the torque. But yeah, that's it. I'm driving back to the shop. We'll get Tony to go for a drive, and you know, don't forget, if you like that stuff that we do, hit that like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment below. It makes it worthwhile if my subscriber count's going up. The YouTube algorithm, you know, of showing out to new people, you know, it takes us a long time to do these videos, not just in filming but in editing. You know, and I'm not doing it for YouTube money. I'm doing it to try and grow my customer base, you know, and show what we do here, and try and show you guys that we're not just a, you know, regular mechanic that just changes on a filter. We do a heap of performance stuff, heaps of modifications, as well as, you know, doing the general day-to-day stuff as well, and providing customers with a good product. So hit that like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.